Hi, good morning traders. Welcome to Quantsap and welcome back to this pre-market analysis. So let's try to go ahead and understand some of the vital derivative data points and get ourselves prepared for the upcoming session. So talking about Nifty, we saw a good momentum coming in yesterday, right? Even on the budget day, we saw Nifty making a low, then again recovering from the day's low. It witnessed a good momentum altogether, right? So right now, Nifty is scooting around 17,600. Yesterday, it closed positive by almost 1.5 percentage. Talking about which sectors were driving the up move, so it was about private banks, it was all about IT and metal stocks, which in the closing session around somewhere, metal pack actually witnessed a good momentum, not closing, but in from 1 p.m onwards, metal pack witnessed a good momentum. Talking about, there was a decent momentum in NBFC stocks too, but talking about the leading contributing sector, it was all about the private banks who was driving the index higher. So now talking about Bank Nifty front, again, Bank Nifty also, witnessed a good momentum wherein majority of the stocks are contributing positively towards Bank Nifty. Talking about which stock is actually, driving the banking index higher, it was all about ICICI Bank, IndusInd Bank and HDFC Bank, which actually drive the, banking index higher. So now let's try to, look at where SGX is placed at right now. So now talking about SGX Nifty, so it is trading around 17,725. So we might expect a good open somewhere around this level. So we might expect a gap up happening today. So talking about now another data point which comes handy when we are around the events or when the event is done is about India VIX. So right now India VIX is trading around 20 almost, so which witnessed a great drop in yesterday's session as the uncertainty became known. So there was a drastic drop in India VIX 2 yesterday. Obviously, because the budget was announced, there was no uncertainty left. So also in today's session, also observe how India VIX is behaving in the India VIX tool in our application. Now talking about Nifty and Bank Nifty friends, so let's try to understand the vital level based on the open interest. So let's say 3rd Feb. So for this expiry, if we see this OI data itself tells us that the highest call and the highest puts, the resistance and the support level are placed very far off. There is no huge, call or put writing happening around the ATMs, which is an indication that due to budget, the participants were not having an high conviction, right? An ATM call option. Anyways, now talking about 18,000 strike price, which has a heaviest call that will act like my resistance. My major support stands at 16,500, although 17,000 is the strike price, which has a significant put writing. But talking about a very immediate support, if we see this data point, which is 17,500 put, it witnessed 25 lakhs addition of open interest yesterday, right? 24 lakhs of OI additions yesterday, indication that the bulls are convinced, having conviction on 17,500. So this level will act like my immediate support. If this level gets taken out, we might expect the next level to be 17,200 and the last level to be 17,000 on the downside. Now talking about upside, if we see a gap up open, there are two things which we can do. Either, wait for a dip, Nifty to come somewhere around in the zone of 17,500, or else wait for Nifty, to take out this level of 17,800, as there is, unwinding happening on 17,900 call. So, 18,000 will act like a major resistance then. Okay, so there are two things. If we get it on a dip, 17,500 is the strike price where, there is a significant put OI and immediate support. Okay, and if we see Nifty rebounds from there, then again we might see a rally up till 17,800. Or else, if Nifty keeps on moving up, wait for level of 17,800 to take it out. So now let's try to analyze the historical data, what the historical data tells us. So if we talk about Nifty's futures built up, day on day built up. So recently it has started a good momentum post a huge correction. Now Nifty, you can call it, it has witnessed a short, but those shorts got covered in these two trading sessions. There was a long unwinding in between, is an indication of the OI somewhere got shedded in between, and then there is a fresh built up of longs happening. Despite yesterday being a budget day, Nifty witnessed a long built up. Again, it is an indication of the strength building up on the positive side. Okay, now talking about Bank Nifty front. So now talking about Bank Nifty, friends. So if we see, we are again getting to see a similar kind of momentum in Bank Nifty. Although there was a bit of 1 or 2 days of short built up, but recently the data has started to build up more on the long side, wherein it has witnessed, back to back 4 sessions of up move in which only there was one short built up. Okay, so in Bank Nifty, not very a strong, built up strength we are getting to see, but still the built up data tells us that recently there have been a lot of fresh longs which are getting added. It's an indication that the market is hinting of a strength away. Now, talking about the vital levels which we need to discuss in Bank Nifty. So again, this is my level where there is a huge put writing. So my support stands immediately at 38,000, right? So 38,000 is the level which, if Bank Nifty drops, so 38,000 is the lower level which we will watch out for. But the interesting fact in Bank Nifty is that 38,500 strike price, the call has witnessed a short coverings, and the put has witnessed an addition. Is an indication of the call writers getting worried and shedding their positions, and the put writers betting over here. Although the put is not that significant, if we see more puts getting added at this strike price and more unwinding on call side, we might expect a good momentum on Bank Nifty front. So if we get it on dip, 38,000 is the zone where there is a support. Resistance stands at 39,000. Okay, and if we see that, okay, from the current level there has been a lot of put writing which has been observed, and a call OI is keeping on shedding, so we might expect momentum from the current level. Okay, so observe the OI changes in the open interest tool and check out for the data points which we just now discussed. So now let's try to quickly understand which sector actually was performing yesterday. So it was all about metals, right? We already understood it. So now talking about the sectors which were in focus, it was all about metal, cement, realty, all the stocks and all the sectors where, specifically having a good long built up over here. Where was short getting added? Oil, auto, PSUs and telecom. Okay. So now talking about metal space. So, let's try to jump on to the interesting topic for the day, which is, the stock of the day. So the first pick of ours would be, as Bank Nifty is also gaining momentum. So the first pick would be Bajaj Finance. Although there has been a lot of shorts which got added recently, or I would say way back. But now if we see, the instrument has witnessed that existing shorts which were there, they are getting covered over here, and a fresh long built up is getting added in Bajaj Finance. Also, another data point in Bajaj Finance is, with a decent strength, I would not call it a very strong strength, but if we see in Bajaj Finance, this level 7,000 ka level is our support, right? The highest put is placed at 7,000 ka put strike, and it has witnessed a short covering on the call side, hinting of the strengthened support and broken resistance. So over here, if we get Bajaj Finance on a dip around 7,000 ka level, okay, we can try to observe that move. If the puts keep on adding, if there is a dip in Bajaj Finance, and if puts get on adding and the calls keep on shedding, we might see good momentum from there on Bajaj Finance. Elsewhere, we can wait for level of this to get taken out, 7,100, or we can wait for this level to get taken out, and then we can see a good momentum on Bajaj Finance. In this particular series, the highest call stands at 7,500, but although 7,300 is where we can consider an upper zone, okay, an upper level. So this was the first pick, which was Bajaj Finance. Also, let's try to understand the volume profile of the stock. So if we see the volume profile of the stock, it also tells us 6,900 is acting as a major volume based support level, and this level now, which was previously kind of in support, where there is a decent volume inflated around the 740 zone. Okay, that might act like my support too. Okay, so somewhere around the level of 7,000 is where we can, ideally, if we get it on a dip, that is where we can see a good momentum on the upside from Bajaj Finance. Okay, so that was first pick for the day. Our second pick, there are a lot of metal stocks which are in a significant strength. Talking about the first pick, which is Jindal Steel. Okay. So if we talk about the data point in Jindal Steel, we saw a good breakout happening yesterday. The instrument also has not witnessed a lot of short build-ups recently. Whatever the dips were, they were led by long unwindings. So, in Jindal Steel, we see a very significant strength happening. So somewhere around this level is somewhere we can, try to buy it on dip somewhere around the level of 405. Okay. Is somewhere we can try to participate in the up move, because there is no call writings left as such, and there is a lot of significant, put OI which is getting added, hinting of an support getting strengthened. Okay. Elsewhere, we can wait for this level to get taken out, which is the level of 420. Stock sustaining above it, we might see, good move happening on the upside in Jindal Steel. Okay. Another instrument of which is from the metal pack, which we can observe, there are a lot of metal pack actually which are in a good momentum, but we can observe Tata Steel too, which also has a decent strength over here. Okay, so we can also observe the Tata Steel, the move in Tata Steel. Okay, wherein it is the instrument is quoting around the highest call, and so 1200 is the price where there is a heavy call writing happening. So this ideally will act like my resistance. Okay, so now talking about the ban list data. So if you see, no stocks are in ban because fresh expiry, so there are no stocks in ban, neither a possible entrant and neither a possible exit. So just to summarize, so we saw about Nifty. So Nifty, 17,500 is the level where there is a huge put OI, or I would say significant put OI, which is there, but huge put OI got added yesterday. So that acts like my immediate watch out level if the market holds to that. Okay. Elsewhere, we saw the level 17,200 had a significant put OI. Okay. On the upside, 18,000 acts like my resistance. Talking about the stocks, we discussed about Bajaj Finance and Jindal Steel, and also some of the metal stock, which is Hindalco and Tata Steel, are also in a significant strength. So yeah, I would say that was it from this pre-market analysis. Thank you so much for staying tuned along with me up till here. If you have liked this, do hit the subscribe button so that the learning content reaches you first. Have a happy trading session ahead. Thank you.